joining me. Today we're going to do a workout using a band, a stretchy band. If you have a long one, preferably grab your long stretchy band. Or if you don't have a long stretchy band, use a men's necktie or a long dish towel, something like that. Okay? And then a set of weights for some bicep curls. So you can probably use a little heavier set of weights. All right? Okay, so we're going to set the band down for later. All right, we're going to start standing and we're going to warm our body up. So make sure your feet are underneath your hips. We're rolling our shoulders back, opening up your chest. Take a deep breath. Pinching those shoulder blades together. Yeah, good. Soften your knees just a little bit. Start to activate your core, holding your abs in tight. Good. One more roll back with your shoulders. And then we're going to reverse it. We're going to roll forward. So we really want to open up your upper back. Rolling forward. Squeezing your chest. Good. Abs pulled in tight. Big breath. Picking those shoulders up and around. Nice big circle. Great. Good job. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Nice job. Wiggle it out just a little bit. Good. Good. All right, take one arm. Let's reach across your chest. Good. Hold on to that arm and really stretch it, lengthening your arm, reaching out with your fingertips. And while we're holding on to this arm, we're going to start to pick one knee up at a time. Nice big march. Warming up those hip flexors. Good. Hold your tummy in tight. Deep breath. Good. One more each leg. Perfect. Okay, bring that arm down and up back. Bring it across your back. And then we're going to hold on to that wrist and pull it. A little tug. Great. This opens up that shoulder, pulling it back. Deep breath. Good. I hope you've had a great week. I'm doing well. I've had a great week. The weather's been a little bit nice, spring-like weather, so it's been great to get outside and go for walks. Release that arm, roll that shoulder just a bit. Good. Okay, switching arms, we're going to reach across your chest. Hold on to your arm, lengthen your arm, and reach with your fingertips. Good. Holding that arm, we're going to start marching. Lift one leg at a time. Good. Abs in tight. Hopefully you're moving, doing something every day, whether it's walking or Pilates, strength training, one of my videos. Do something every day. Keep your body moving. Great. One more each leg. Perfect. All right, we're going to release this arm and bring it behind you, so crossing your back. And we're going to hold on to that wrist and pull it. Deep breath. Okay, let's release that arm. Give it a couple rolls, wiggle it out a bit. Good, great job. Okay, let's start with our bicep curls. Grab your weights. Reach 2 weights. Okay, so we're gonna do one arm at a time. You're gonna hold your weights so your palms are forward, and then widen your arms just so they're not like touching your body. You wanna take your weights out away from your hips. Good, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do one arm. We're gonna curl to your shoulder and then turn so your palm is forward and press to the ceiling, straight up, squeezing that tricep. Good. Bend your elbow all the way down, turn at your wrist, and return straight arm down by your hip. Good. Big breath. Exhale, curl, twist, and press. Inhale, elbow down, turn, and release your arm. Good. Exhale, curl, twist, press. Like 3 separate movements. Big breath. Curl, twist, press. Inhale, twist, and return. Good. Curl, twist, push. Down, twist, uncurl. Awesome. You got it. Check out that opposite arm. Make sure your weight is not touching your hip. That arm is out away from your body. Good. We got 2 more. Curl, turn, push, down, turn, release. Last one. Curl, turn, push, bend, turn, and release. Good. So we're going to keep this arm at an angle, out away from your hip. Just going to scoot over a little bit. Deep breath. Other arm. Curl, turn at your wrist, palm is forward, and press. Bend, turn, and straight arm down. Good. Curl, turn, push. Bend, turn, release. Awesome job. Make sure you're breathing. Nice big breath. Exhale, push. Inhale on the way down. Don't forget that twist. Twist, push. Down, twist, release. Good. Curl, turn, push. Down, turn, and release. Awesome. Feeling strong? You look like it. You're doing great. Curl, twist, push, bend, turn, and down. 2 more. You can do it. Bend your elbow, turn, and release. Last one. Turn and release. Great job. Let's set your weights down. Good. Shake those arms out a little bit. Nice job. All right. So grab your mat if you don't have it out already. Then we're going to stand down at the end of your mat. Okay. Take a deep breath. Reach your arms straight up. Fold yourself forward all the way down to the mat. Good. Release your neck. Start to relax your shoulders. Take a big breath. Now, if you need to bend your knees, you can, but we're going to place your hands on the mat. And then start to walk yourself out into a plank. Good. Perfect. Lower your knees to the mat, and we're going to sit on your side, sit on your hip, with your legs off to one side, and then come all the way down onto your elbow. So you're going to prop yourself up, okay? All right, so we're going to take your top leg, bend your knee, and you want to place your foot behind your bottom leg, okay? Now we're going to hover that bottom leg. I want you to start with your knee bent. We're opening up that knee. Really squeeze your glute. Okay? Deep breath. Flex your foot. We're going to press with your heel towards the corner of your mat. And then pull your knee up towards your oblique, right here to your side. Press with your heel to the corner of your mat, and then pull that knee up towards your oblique. So you're hovering the mat with your leg. Good. You got it. Big breath. Press with your heel and pull that knee in towards your oblique. Really pull those abs in tight. Check that top knee. Make sure it's facing the ceiling. It wants to look straight up. And you're propped up on your elbow. You have space between your ear and your shoulder. And if you'd like to take your top arm to the ceiling, by all means, go right ahead. Otherwise, if you need a little support, keep your hand on the mat. Got 2 more. Knee to your oblique. Lengthen. 1 more. Good. Perfect. Rest that leg. Let's push yourself up. Awesome job. Let's switch sides. Okay, legs off to the other side. We're going to come down and prop yourself up on your elbow. Okay, so we have lots of space between your ear and your shoulder. Your oblique is off the mat. Take your top leg. Rotate that knee up towards the ceiling. Good. And then we're going to hover your bottom leg. Start with your knee bent. You can reach your top arm to the ceiling, or if you need a little more support, keep that hand on the mat. Okay? Flex your foot. We're going to lengthen your leg, pressing out towards the corner of your mat, and then pull that knee all the way up towards your oblique. Good. Press out. And then pull back in. Abs pulled in tight. Awesome. Good job. Keep lifting. Lift from your elbow. Lift your chest. Bend your knee. And push. Lengthen that leg. Good. Awesome. Top knee is facing the ceiling. Last 2. 2. And 1. Great job. Rest your legs. Let's roll over into a plank position. Okay, so we're going to plank on our hands. Okay, curl those toes. Hands underneath your shoulders and lift up into your plank. Good. Now we're going to lift your hips to the ceiling, starting to walk your hands to your feet. And then right, and then vertical. Good. Perfect. All right. Take your time rolling up once you get to your feet. Good. Round those shoulders back. Awesome. I think I'll do it the other way next time. Good. Perfect job. Okay. Now we're going to grab your band. Grab your band. And we're going to hold your band straight out in front of you. Okay? And this time we're going to hold, so your hands are parallel with your shoulders, so we're going to hold a little bit close. Okay, soften those knees. Feet underneath your hips. Good. Start to pull on your band so you have some tension. Twist at your waist off to one side as far back as you can, all the way back to the center and off to the other side. Nice big twist. And to the center. Good. Twist. And to the center. Big breath. Sure, as you're twisting, you're turning with control. Don't throw your body back. Abs are tight. Feeling those back muscles as you twist. Good. Upper back and lower back. One more each side. Perfect. Good. Rest those arms. Roll those shoulders out. Let's set your band down. Okay, now we're going to do a calf raise and a squat. Okay, so stand with your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Not much. And then if you have some knee issues, you can turn your toes out to the side. That relieves a little bit of pressure. Otherwise, just make that modification as we go. So we're going to start with the calf raise, rolling up onto your toes. We're going to take your arms and press back. And then come down and squat, bringing your hands right in front of your chest. Come back up, press back as you do your calf raise. Squat, hands in front of your chest. Deep breaths. You got it. Press back, squeeze those triceps onto your toes. Sit back on those heels. Great job. Two more. Squat. Calf raise. Last one. Good job. Shake it out just a little bit. Good job. All right. So we're going to stand back down at the end of your mat. Okay, standing nice and tall. Take a deep breath. Reach your arms to the ceiling. Lengthen your body. And roll yourself down. All the way to your mat. Relax your neck. Dangle those arms. Bend your knees if you need to. We're going to place your hands on the mat and walk yourself out into a plank. Drop your hips. Take a deep breath. Lower your knees to the mat. Good. Push yourself back, and we're going to sit on the mat and grab your band again. So sit however works for you. Whatever position works for you. You can sit with your legs straight out in front of you or cross your legs. But you want to be able to lengthen your spine, sitting up as tall as you can. Okay? Take a deep breath. Roll those shoulders back. So if you feel like you're sitting up tall, keep your legs crossed. If not, lengthen your legs. You can always sit on something too, like a yoga block, and that could help if you're having some tightness in your hips. Okay, now we're going to hold on to the band at the ends. So this is where, if you don't have a stretchy band that's long enough, use a men's necktie or a long dish towel, okay? All right, we're going to start with your arms straight up. Give it a little pull. Good, feel that tension. Nice job. Tummy pulled in tight. We're going to start to bring your arms down in front of your chest and pull into your chest. Your arms are still straight. We're going to release your arms and rotate up and back to your shoulder blades. All the way up, down in the front, and pull to your chest. Good, just back and forth. Keep rotating. Nice and slow. Inhale and exhale. And take your time. Feel that rotation through your shoulders. Be mindful of your movement. Also mindful of your form. Are Are you sitting tall? Are you able to keep those shoulders back? Good job. Ooh. Good. All the way up. One more time. Chest and back. Good. Rest your arms. Woo. Feel that in my biceps, shoulders back. Nice job. Okay, let's set the band aside. That was great. Take your arms, place your hands right behind your hips, and let's prop yourself up. Lengthen your spine. Good. Take a deep breath. Perfect. Good. Nice. Okay, now we're going to lay down on the mat. Lay on your back. All right, let's bring both knees up into a tabletop position. And then reach both arms straight up to the sky. Okay? You should feel your shoulder blades laying down on the mat. Now we're going to take one leg and lengthen it forward, hovering the mat. Now the arm that's on the same side as that leg, we're going to bring it right down, hovering the mat. Good. And then lift that arm and leg. Other side. Lengthen and lift. So you're using the same side of your body. Keep an eye on your lower back. You want to make sure it stays into the mat. Return to tabletop. Good job. How are you feeling? Working it? Feeling that core? Good. One more each leg. And hug your knees. Great job. Wow, that was killer. Good, good. Okay, let's place your feet on the floor. Let's cross one leg over the other like a number 4. We're going to use your hand. Press that knee open. Good. This is a great hip opener. Okay, now we're going to take both arms and reach back behind your head. Good. Lay those arms back behind you as far as you can towards the floor. Let's take a deep breath. As you exhale, we're going to roll up with your arms and reach through your legs. We're going to pulse 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And roll all the way down. So those pulses are slow and controlled, and we're keeping our shoulder blades off the mat. Take a deep breath. Let's do that again. Exhale as you begin to roll up. Reach through your legs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And roll down. Big breath. Exhale. Roll up. Shoulder blades lifted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And roll down. Big breath. Exhale. Roll up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And roll down. We got one more to do. Big breath. Exhale. Roll up. Reach
reach through. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And roll down. Good job. Rest your arms where they're comfortable. Uncross your leg. Take a deep breath. Good. Let's cross the other leg over. You know what's coming. Place your hand on your knee and press that knee out. Big breath. Okay, let's reach your arms back behind your head. Exhale as you start to roll up,
Lifting your shoulder blades. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
and roll down. Exhale, rolling up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And roll down. Deep breath. Exhale.
Roll up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And down. 2 more. Big breath. Exhale.
Lift those shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And down. We got 1 more to go. Big breath.
Reach. 2, 3, 4, 5.
And roll down. Nice work. Uncross your leg. Let's reach your arms out to the sides, just resting them to the floor. Bend both knees and open your knees apart like a butterfly. Good. Relax those hips. Release your lower back. Do a little rock side to side. Yeah. Good. We're going to keep your knees open. Reach both arms back behind your head. Okay. Take a deep breath. You're going to start to roll up and turn towards one knee.
A little bit of a twist.
And then back down to the center. Other side. Big breath. Exhale. Roll up.
Twist. Reach for your knee.
Try to touch your kneecap.
So we're really lifting your shoulder blades off the floor. Keep switching sides.
Pulling those abs down.
Pulling your shoulder blades up.
Good. Use that core. No momentum. Doing great.
Try to keep your knees relaxed.
We got 1 more. Each knee. Ready?
2 and 1.
Rest your arms. Let's lift your knees back together. Bring your arms down where they're comfortable. Good, either out to the sides or down by your hips. And let's lower both knees off to one side. Nice big twist. Try to press that opposite shoulder down, turning your head so you're looking behind you. Start to lift your knees back to the center, okay? And we're going to switch sides, lower your knees off to the other side, pressing your shoulders down into the mat and turning your head so you're looking behind you. turn your knees back to the center, and we're gonna roll up and then roll over into a plank. Okay, hands under your shoulders. Let's lengthen your legs, lower your hips. Good. Deep breath. And we're gonna start to lift your hips, walking your hands to your feet. Just relax your neck. Once you get to your feet, take your time rolling up. Relax your arms. And stand tall. Bring those shoulders back. Good, nice job. Okay, now we're going to stand with one foot in front of the other. Soften your back knee, and we're going to lift your toes on your front leg and roll down, reach for your toes. Just hold that stretch. Good, nice job. Let's lower that foot and switch legs, step back. You're going to bend your back knee, start to pick up your toes on your front foot, and roll down, reach for your toes. Oh, that feels good. Tight hamstrings. Good stretch after you go for your walk or your run. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to take one leg and we're going to step so your heel is off to the side of your toes on your opposite foot. Good. And try to straighten that leg. So we're pulling that inner thigh. Good. Perfect. Now we're going to roll down and reach for your toes. Take a deep breath. You might feel this all the way up your piriformis. Hamstring. That piriformis can be a problem for a lot of us. So this is a unique stretch for that area. Really gets in there good. Okay, let's take your time and roll up. Okay, let's bring that foot back. Now we're going to take your other foot and bring it so your heel is right off to the side of your toes on your opposite foot, and just stand tall, pulling that inner thigh towards your leg, towards your opposite leg. Deep breath. This is a good time to practice your core work, holding your tummy in tight. Perfect, good. Okay, let's start to roll down. Take your time rolling down, go slow. And really melt down into that stretch. Feeling your tailbone out behind you. Take your time rolling up. Good. Shoulders back. Stand up nice and tall. Good. Separate your feet. You want your stance nice and wide. And we're just going to lean off to one side. So slightly bending one knee. You want to stretch that inner thigh. Your legs straight. So adjust your stance if you want a little deeper stretch. Yeah. So we're not coming down into a full lunge. Just a slight bend in that knee. Stretch your inner thigh. Perfect. Good. Good. Nice job. Okay, let's switch sides. I'm going to rotate over and switch sides. Good. Remember, not that full lunge, just a slight bend. Enough to feel that pull inside your inner thigh. Yeah, another tough place to stretch. let's come back to the center. We're gonna bring your hands right between your in the middle of your body, okay, palms together. Take your time, soften your knees and roll down, reaching for the floor, just till your fingertips touch the floor. Make sure your knees are soft. Good, take your time, use your abs and roll up. Perfect, let's do that again. Roll down, keep those knees soft. Abs pulled in tight. Your tailbone is out behind you. Good, big breath. And roll up. Perfect. Arms out to the side. Nice job. Give yourself a hug. You did awesome today. I'm so proud of you. While you're giving yourself a hug, you're going to bend off to one side. Good. Back to the center and off to the other side. Great. Come back to the center. Now pay attention to which arm is crossed on top. And we're going to switch. Open your arms and cross the other one on top. Perfect. Deep breath. And let's bend off to one side. Up to the center. Other side. Nice big bend. Back to the center. Good. Release your arms. Roll those shoulder blades back. Let's walk your legs back together. I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you so much. You did great. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share my videos. If you hit that little bell icon, it will notify you each time I post a new video, so you don't miss out. Well, you guys take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.